Lin Feng practiced wild bovines might in the morning, strengthening his body and noticing improvements in his physique and strength. Interrupted by news of a visitor from the Zhao family, he faced Zhao Dongsheng, an inhuman expert, whose presence was intimidating. Despite the pressure, Lin Feng confronted Zhao Dongsheng about the incident with Zhao Ping, but Zhao Dongsheng remained unyielding, threatening the Lin family with dire consequences. Lin Feng realized that facing an inhuman expert required more than just legal or moral arguments. Early in the morning, Lin Feng started practicing wild bovines might in the backyard. The wild bovines might was a genuine form of martial art. Not only could it temper the body, especially internally, it also included techniques and moves. It was a combination of martial arts and martial techniques. In reality, many martial arts in the present were integrated with martial techniques like this. Lin Feng circulated the wild bovines might. His entire body, especially his internal body, emitted bursts of strange sounds, like the cries of wild bovines. His internal organs strengthened further under the effects of the wild bovines might. This was an internal cultivation technique. Compared to ordinary external cultivation techniques, a martial art with internal cultivation techniques was considered quite good. Of course, wild bovines might was not considered a profound martial art. After practicing wild bovines might, Lin Feng opened the gene fusion device panel to check his physical condition. Physique 8.46, strength 8.21, agility 6.56. Skills, basic fist technique, proficient, can be improved to adept through continuous practice. Wild bovines might, mastered, comprehended wild bovines true intent. Genetic fusion, wild bovine genes, 100% fusion, complete fusion. Genetic capacity, 6%. It seems like my physique and strength have both improved. Lin Feng suddenly noticed something unusual. He remembered clearly that his original physique was 8.41, but now it was 8.46. His strength was 8.18 before, but now it was 8.21. Even though the increase wasn't much, and they only increased by a little at best, his wild bovine genes had already completed developing. The growth of his physique and strength should not be due to the wild bovine genes. Apart from the wild bovine genes, Lin Feng had been practicing wild bovines might recently. Could it be that the wild bovines might improved my physique and strength? That's right. Wild bovines might is also a martial art, and it also has internal cultivation methods. Ordinary people rely on the tempering of martial arts to improve their physique. I can naturally rely on martial arts to improve my physique as well. Lin Feng was taken aback. This could be considered a pleasant surprise, as he had neglected this in the past. Although the improvement brought by practicing martial arts seemed insignificant when compared to genetic fusion, this had a different meaning. If Lin Feng's genetic capacity reached its limit in the future, and he could no longer fuse other genes, he could still rely on martial arts to improve. Third brother, come in quickly. Someone from the Zhao family is here. Lin Yang's face was somber. Lin Feng stopped practicing and followed his brother into the living room. At that moment, there were only 3 people in the living room. The person in the lead was a middle-aged man dressed in black. He had actually shaved his head. However, his back was to Lin Feng, so Lin Feng couldn't see his face clearly. Lin Feng could see that his father, Lin Xiong, who was sitting opposite the man, seemed to be under immense pressure. His forehead was covered in sweat. Dad! Lin Feng and Lin Yang stepped forward hurriedly. You're the one who crippled my nephew, Zhao Ping. Swoosh! As soon as the man in black spoke, Lin Feng felt an immense pressure. His severe gaze was like a sharp blade that Lin Feng did not even dare to look straight at. This was terrifying. It was only a glance. Inhuman. Lin Feng immediately understood that this man in black must be Zhao Ping's uncle, the Zhao family's inhuman expert, Zhao Dongsheng. In the past, Lin Feng had only heard of inhuman experts. Even children knew about inhuman experts. However, this was the first time Lin Feng had really met an inhuman expert. There was no way to describe inhuman experts that would be an exaggeration. Zhao Dongsheng merely sat there without moving. With just one look, it was as if he had transformed into a dire beast. causing Lin Feng's entire body to tremble. At this moment, Lin Feng felt as if a wild bovine was roaring in his heart. He faintly broke free from the suppression of the inhuman aura. He said in a low voice, "You're an inhuman expert who broke the genetic law. You should know what Zhao Ping has done. Don't you know what's right and what's wrong?" Even though he was only speaking, Lin Feng felt as if he had used all his strength to say those words. He finally understood why his father's forehead was covered in sweat. Under the gaze of an inhuman expert, even speaking was too much to hope for. Zhao Dongsheng was a little surprised that Lin Feng could actually break free from the suppression of his aura. Wasn't Lin Feng sickly? However, Zhao Dongsheng didn't pay heed to it. He laughed aloud and said, "I don't care what's right or wrong. I don't have a son. So Zhao Ping is practically my son. I risk my life to fight dire beasts in the outland, so my family deserves to be protected. But now, Zhao Ping has been crippled. I'll cripple whoever crippled Zhao Ping, and the entire Lin family will die for what happened to Zhao Ping." As Zhao Dongsheng spoke, there seemed to be a fiendish aura around him. Zhao Dongsheng had probably killed countless dire beasts in the outland to develop a fiendish aura that was so terrifying. Lin Feng also vaguely knew that the family of the inhuman experts seemed to be under some kind of special protection. However, he did not expect Zhao Dongsheng to be so overbearing as to want the Lin family dead as recompense. Lin Feng did not know how to rebut it. The law. Inhuman experts had special privileges before the law. Morality. If morality were useful, Zhao Dongsheng would not have come to the Lin family today. Facing the inhuman expert Zhao Dongsheng, Lin Feng suddenly felt a deep sense of powerlessness. This was the strength brought about by absolute power. It seemed to have overturned his previous understanding. Faced with such strength, Lin Feng and even the entire Lin family were powerless to resist. "Ha, Zhao Dongsheng, you're too domineering." Suddenly, a burst of laughter broke the heavy atmosphere. Everyone looked towards the door. Two figures strode through the door. One of them was slightly younger, and a man in a lieutenant colonel uniform hurried over to Lin Feng. "Third brother, big brother, dad, mom, are you all right?" This was Lin Feng's second brother, Lin Hai. He had finally returned. "Second brother, second son, you're finally back." Mr. and Mrs. Lin heaved a sigh of relief when they saw Lin Hai return. "Dad, Mom, General Long is here too." Lin Hai hurriedly stepped aside. Behind him was a soldier wearing the rank of Major General, the General Long he had mentioned. Mr. Lin was shocked. He quickly stood up and said, "General Long, you took the trouble to come here in person." This General Long was the general who showed appreciation for Lin Hai. He was also an inhuman expert. Lin Xiong had confidence in Lin Hai because of General Long, who supported Lin Hai. Lin Hai said that your family ran into some minor trouble, and it has something to do with Zhao Dongsheng. How could I not make a trip personally? Zhao Dongsheng, it's fine if you tyrannize people normally, but do you intend to violate the inhuman agreement? Zhao Dongsheng's expression changed slightly when he saw General Long, but he still snorted coldly. "General Long, this isn't under the military's jurisdiction, is it?" "How is it not? Lin Hai is a lieutenant colonel in the military, and the Lin family is family to a member of the military. Even the Supreme Military Council wouldn't ignore how an inhuman like yourself is tyrannizing the family of the military." "Supreme Military Council." "General Long, you don't have to scare me with the military. Since General Long is here, let's sit down and have a good talk. I came all the way from the outland. Shouldn't I receive an explanation?" "What kind of explanation do you want? You signed the inhuman agreement and indeed have special privileges. But you are the only one with special privileges. Your nephew, Zhao Ping, has no special privileges. He forcefully kidnapped the daughter of the Lin family and had malicious intentions. That is enough for him to be jailed for more than 10 years. How is that for your explanation? You, General Long, although you're from the military, I'm not afraid of you." "Yes, you are indeed not afraid of me. There is power behind you too. I am here in a private capacity. Would you like to compete?" Anger flashed in Zhao Dongsheng's eyes. He was an inhuman expert, so was General Long. Furthermore, General Long was much stronger than him. If they were really to compete, he would only be asking for humiliation. General Long, are you really going to interfere in this matter? Zhao Dongsheng stared at General Long and asked in a deep voice. Of course, I will definitely interfere in this matter. The atmosphere between the two was tense and oppressive. After a few minutes, Zhao Dongsheng said slowly, all right, General Long, I'll give you this much respect today. With that, Zhao Dongsheng stood up and left. In the living room, Mr. and Mrs. Lin finally heaved a sigh of relief. The pressure brought by the inhuman expert was simply too great. Even though Lin Xiong was a master manipulator and an eloquent speaker in the business world, in front of an inhuman expert, even speaking was too much to hope for. General Long, will Zhao Dongsheng give up? Lin Xiong was still a little worried. General Long pondered for a moment and then said, Zhao Dongsheng must go to the outland. He will not stay in Central Sea forever and will return to the outland soon. However, the Zhao family will not let this go so easily. They might use their influence in the business or political sphere to attack the Lin family. You must be prepared. Lin Xiong heaved a sigh of relief and said, this can be considered a small mercy. As long as Zhao Dongsheng doesn't interfere directly, the Lin Corporation can still handle it. It's not that simple. The influence of inhuman experts is very strong. The power that the Zhao family can draw on is enormous. But don't worry, I will also give some old friends a heads up to protect your Lin Corporation. Thank you so much, General Long. I really don't know how to thank you. General Long had traveled all this way to Central Sea in person. It was enough to show how much he valued Lin Hai. Haha, you don't have to thank me. If you want to thank someone, you should thank yourselves for having such a good son. All right, I'll take my leave first. I won't disturb your family's reunion, but I'll have to bring Lin Hai back this afternoon. He's still on a special mission. If not for how urgent your matter is, I wouldn't want him to come back. After saying that, General Long left. He was actually very reasonable. Thus, the family reunited. Lin Hai had not returned for 8 years. He had finally returned this time, but he could only stay for a few hours. Lin Xiong also asked some questions about Lin Hai's military affairs. Lin Hai didn't answer in detail, and only said that General Long thought highly of him. He was currently on a secret mission, and if he succeeded, he would most likely earn a great merit. Lin Hai did not say much. Although he did not interact much with Lin Feng, he was also very concerned about Lin Feng. He was still looking for ways to treat Lin Feng's illness in the military. The family enjoyed their harmonious reunion, but it didn't last long. Lin Hai left soon and returned to the army with General Long. Looking at Lin Hai's powerful back, Lin Feng felt vaguely melancholic. Even though his father did not say anything, his eldest brother, his father, and his mother all fell silent upon seeing Lin Hai leave. Actually, Lin Feng could guess a thing or two. Lin Hai's mission in the army was probably not that simple, or rather, he might be risking his life. Otherwise, why would General Long personally make a trip and even offend Zhao Dongsheng, an inhuman expert, for a mere lieutenant colonel? However, Lin Feng knew very well that his second brother had no choice. After all, the Lin family did not have a single inhuman expert. Without an inhuman expert, they could only risk their lives. Otherwise, just what the Zhao family pulled today alone would be a disaster for the Lin family.